Why does Homelander fly? How about A-Train? Why does he get to run the way he runs? Why were we chosen?
Jackpot. Compound V?
Oh my God.
Because we were born with his power, because we believe.
Season 1, Episode 5 of The Boys is entitled Good for the Soul. In many ways, it's an episode that is predominantly focused on critiquing organized religion, but also drawing parallels between that and celebrity or superhero worship. There are other recurring plot elements, of course, from the shocking disillusion of A-Train's relationship with Popclaw, which quickly transitions to him getting on the trail of the boys, Frenchie and Kimiko saving one another as their relationship blossoms.
Tell me what you know, mon cœur. So we can find these fuckers who did this to you. You are a miracle.
There's also Homelander's continued jealousy of a baby and the escalating depictions of his mummy complex, as well as the very memorable fight Butcher and Mother's Milk get into, in which Butcher wields a baby with laser eyes as a weapon. But by and large, the central material, which takes place at the Believe Expo, is what's ultimately worth digging into the most for today's video. Why do these people in the crowd attend the Believe Expo? Some are young and being pushed towards indoctrination, much like Annie was in her youth, which was mentioned in the previous episode.
Yeah, I had a very Jesus-centric childhood.
But she doesn't realize she's outgrown, and in many ways disagrees with it, until she's confronted with the uglier realities of what she was being taught as a child, until she is put back into the thick of it at this expo.
Mom, when did that happen?
What are you talking about? It's always been there.
It's private, but I'm a virgin.
But many of these people are here because they're lost. They're looking for something to bring hope and meaning to their lives and to reassure them that everything will be okay. Huey attends the expo with Annie for 2 reasons. 1, because he likes her, and 2, he's on a mission with the boys. Butcher pushes Huey to ask Annie for an expensive pass that will get him access to Ezekiel, a super-powered mouthpiece and figurehead for this religious corporation, whom Huey and Butcher had previously spied on in a club, engaging in salacious activities with other men. Annie is at the expo to give a talk to teenagers and is strongly pressured to only advise them according to the stricter dogma of the religion. Annie's recollection of what religion brought to her life was projected through rose-colored glasses. Religion is often a means of imparting a value system onto its members. For Annie, she associated her faith with things like love, kindness, and empathy for others.
Well, Jesus also says to love your neighbor.
At its best, religion can foster a sense of belonging and create a community that supports you. At its worst, religion promotes an us versus them mentality which demonizes anyone not in the in-group. Annie has already been disillusioned because of how joining the Seven, her lifelong dream, did not live up to her expectations, and her disillusionment is only exacerbated when she realizes that the faith she associated with a better, safer time in her life is also full of toxic, negative people and practices. She hits her limit while on stage giving a speech, having grown fed up with the inauthentic nature of being in the Seven, and by extension appearing at the Believe Expo. Her impassioned speech about being as lost as everyone there, disagreeing with the hypocrisy of the cherry-picked hot topics of these religious figures, and admitting publicly to a massive audience that she was assaulted, inspires Huey. He is in a parallel situation of being disillusioned after having his world turned upside down. While Butcher and Mother's Milk express differing views of religion, Huey's opinion is somewhere in the middle, being more so agnostic.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's Morgan Freeman up there or anything, but can't all be random chaos.
He doesn't know if religion or working with the boys can give him answers, clarity, or heal his pain after losing Robin. Annie's speech is the only thing he sees at the expo that is truly honest and meaningful. Despite his deception towards Annie about wanting to take down the Seven, her honesty inspires him to be more honest with her.
My girlfriend died.
What?
In a parallel series of events, Maeve is experiencing a similar state of disillusionment, as she is starting to crack under the weight of not only the guilt of what happened on the plane with Homelander in the previous episode, but all the years of playing superhero for a less than empathetic corporation. This prompts her to visit her secret ex-girlfriend. It's not explicitly stated that Vought would disapprove of her having a girlfriend, but we do know that they like to use conservative religious dogma as a tool to weaponize their followers into boosting their own power and profits. Also, Homelander has previously made threats about if she were to ever move on with anyone else besides him.
If I ever really thought that you'd fallen for someone else, I don't think I could handle it.
There is an important distinction to make between religion and organized religion, despite the fact that the boys takes some jabs at some of the more questionable hypocrisy of religions picking and choosing which of the rules in ancient scripture are necessities to follow, with the threat of punishment and damnation looming over these followers. For the most part, the boys is focusing more of its critiques on the larger scale aspects of organized religions. There is a hierarchy in organized religion, with leaders who dictate what is or is not acceptable. The show is addressing the hypocrisy of pushing for absurd, strict rules that people must follow while not following those rules themselves. If a religion's main message is about love, kindness, and empathy, there should be no need for a hierarchy. However, this isn't even the most extreme side of organized religion the show is critiquing. Historically speaking, religions have been used as a justification for extreme acts of violence. There were the Crusades, the Salem witch trials, and a number of other means of enacting violence on others. The us versus them mentality I previously mentioned, when fueled into its most extreme form, can cause a militant level of loyalty to the in-group. It can cause those within the religion to see those outside of the religion as the enemy, further justifying any maltreatment or violence against those people. Vought has already expressed an intentional strategy to build up their superheroes into godlike figures.
Gods are pure, and they're perfect, and they're above it all, and they need to stay that way.
If religious people follow the deity or deities of their belief systems, then by extension, superheroes being propped up as gods to society means that people will fall in line and follow them in a similar manner. We can see that this is a practice that has been in place for some time by Vought, since Annie mentions in the first episode of the season that she never saw Homelander as romantically appealing, because
I don't know, Homelander is so... he's like Jesus or something.
Ezekiel preaches to the crowd that superheroes have their abilities because they were chosen. These powers have been bestowed upon them through divine intervention. As we come to learn throughout this latter half of the season, this couldn't be further from the truth. These superheroes, with their superpowers, have been manufactured through the mass production and injections of Compound V. Now, whether you are religious or not, it should be pretty apparent that Vought pushing their superheroes to be seen as gods by the masses is an insidious thing to do. If you are religious, this is blasphemy. If you are not religious, this is yet another manipulative corporate tactic to further strengthen their profits, power, and influence in the world. Homelander uses religious rhetoric intertwined with extreme nationalism journalism to whip up the public into fearing a terrorist threat, to push Vought's agenda to get superheroes into the military. People are more likely to listen to him because he is revered like a god.
God bless you. God bless America.
However, it's worth noting that though these issues related to godlike figures and the manipulation that goes with it are mostly rooted in religious ideology in this episode, in a much broader sense, it's also applicable to celebrity culture and superhero culture in the real world. Celebrities can often garner large followings that will take their word as gospel and become frenzied and antagonistic towards those that are critical of the celebrity they idolize. In a similar manner, followers of superhero fiction can idolize these characters to such an extent that any version of these heroes that doesn't properly follow the version they believe in can receive a considerable amount of backlash. Both celebrities and superhero fiction can be tools for generating profits for whomever is pulling their strings. Now, I don't point this out to say that all celebrities are evil or that superhero fiction only exists to manipulate you and bleed money from you. Celebrities may make art that helps you in some way, emotionally or psychologically, just as superheroes in fiction may serve as symbols for really great values like hope, or go on journeys that inspire you to be a better person and help others in need. The bigger takeaway of this episode of The Boys is not to condemn being religious. It's about the importance of not idolizing people without ever questioning them, and to think critically about the messages coming from people backed by a significant amount of money and power. Those with power love to create divisions amongst the masses as a means of serving their own interests. Hi everyone, it's LadyJenevia. Thank you so much for watching my latest video essay review of The Boys. It took me a hot minute to get back to the show since my Weeping Monk video essay took so long to produce, and then I had filmed a video about a different show, but I ended up deciding to scrap it because I was not happy with the quality of it. Not the quality of the show itself, but my video about it. So, if you are new here and have not seen my other videos on The Boys, I will link my playlist of all my videos about the show in the pinned comment of this video. Don't forget to like and comment since it really helps out my channel, and subscribe for more reviews and video essays. If you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and Vero, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I'm sorry, did you just call God a C word?
Yeah.